Welcome back to the Heyzuice Gaming channel. Today is part 1 of a Improving Your Gameplay series. As of today, June 18th, only 30% of players are in gold or above. That's a super low percentage. In this series, I'm just going to cover some easy to implement best practices that will help you win games and climb the ladder. And let's get into it. First, I want to talk about some mini tips that will help you in every game that are super quick and easy to put into effect. And as I'm going through them, I will also put them on the screen for you. So tip 1, mute all. Guys, let's be honest here. There's almost no reason to not do this. Watching your teammates banter and fight may be fun, but it does nothing for your chances to win the game. Instead of paying attention to chat, you could be thinking about your next move or watching the minimap. So as soon as you get in game, just mute everyone. Speaking of minimap, that's tip number 2. An easy way to increase your awareness is simply just increasing the size of your minimap. Make it easier to see. All you gotta do is go to settings, interface, minimap, and put that bad boy all the way up. Tip number 3, use pings. This may seem obvious to some of you, but even in my own games, I notice that a lot of people just aren't using pings. Or they just don't pay attention to pings, which causes them to get caught out or make mistakes. Pings are the quickest and most effective way of communicating in-game. Instead of having to type, you can ping just about any important information. Enemy vision, be careful, missing, on my way, etc. guys. Use your pings to communicate with your team. And when somebody is pinging something, pay attention to what they're pinging because it may save your life. Now there's more small quick tips that I will cover in future videos, but for now, let's move on to some bigger fish and some bigger tips. Alright, so big tip number 1, know when you're tilted. Know when you're getting frustrated. Getting tilted in League is super easy no matter what rank you're at. Let's be honest, League's community as a whole is pretty dang toxic. There's trolls, feeders, whiners, and just hateful people in almost every single game you're gonna play. Muting chat will help you avoid some of this, but you can't mute someone running it down and feeding. You need to be aware of your own emotions and focus on what you can control. You can't control that person's feeding, but you can control how it affects you. That being said, no one's perfect and it's going to get to you. Being frustrated in game can lead to stupid mistakes that you normally wouldn't make, causing you to lose even more games. When you realize that you're starting to get frustrated or tilted, take a minute and just stop playing. Go do the dishes, start some laundry, sit on the porch for a minute, play with your dog. Whatever it is that you can do to take yourself out of that mindset and also accomplish something at the same time, just go do it. Once you've gotten your mind off the last game by doing something productive, jump back in. By doing this, you can make sure that you're in the right mindset to play at 100%. Tip number 2, don't fight without a reason. Listen, I get it. Team fights and 1v1s and just fighting in general. That's the funnest part of the game. But hear me out here. There's no reason to fight if there's no objective to take after the fight. I'm not talking about getting a pick in the jungle because the enemy Lulu is all the way up in your jungle, deep warding alone. What I'm talking about is Dragon is down, Herald is down, Baron's not up. There's no objective that you can readily take when you win the fight. If you're taking fights with no objectives in mind, you're losing golden experience somewhere else. Furthermore, if you're on the winning team, you should never ever be the team that is forcing a fight in solo queue. Let the enemy team come to you. Players that are losing are more likely to make mistakes. If you're on the losing team, you should start some fights, but only for specific reasons. Reason number 1, keep the enemy team from getting an objective like Dragon or Baron. Reason number 2, defend your towers. Reason number 3, shut down an enemy and get a bounty. Reason number 4, for a pick when you have good vision. You know that kill is free. Hey guys, if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn those notifications on. Thanks so much for the support, guys. Tip number 3, speaking of vision, one thing people seem to forget about is they get a free ward every couple of minutes. Always ward when you have that trinket up, and having vision is the best way to avoid ganks and surprise attacks. It is also the best way to let you know when you can pick someone who is alone or overextended. Which getting a pick is the key to getting any easy objectives like Dragon, Baron, or Tower. It'll make the enemy team rethink starting that fight over Dragon, even if they are ahead. If they do fight, even though they're down a person, it gives your team a huge advantage in that fight. With your wards, your trinket has a cooldown, but you can purchase up to 2 pink wards at a time and have 1 on the map at a time. It doesn't matter if you're 80 carry, mid, top, jungle, support, I don't care. You should always buy a pink ward when you back if you have the inventory space and gold after purchasing your core item. Vision is key in this game and is one of the biggest ways to winning more games, especially in low elo where proper warding is super rare. I recommend taking some time out of your day and just searching ward maps. There are a ton of different infographics and videos just specifically around warding. Don't be lazy, guys. Learn. Big tip number 4. Always be thinking. Honestly, in League of Legends, thinking ahead and predicting what's going to happen are more important than just mechanical reactions. Let's look at this on the surface level. Build it as a habit and just start from the beginning. When an enemy champion appears on your screen, the first thought that crosses your mind is what abilities or danger do they pose to you? Once you've quickly assessed what threats they pose to you, what is your response to that threat? Let's look at this clip for example. Both sides just hit 6, we're starting a fight with them. What threats do they pose to me? I know Tarek doesn't have flash, so I'm not in danger from him at the moment. If he walks closer, I can just use my flash or my E to dodge his stun. So I'm not super worried about Tarek. The next champion here is Varus. Now I know he has his ultimate ability up because he just hit level 6 and he hasn't used it. That is the biggest threat in this fight to me. I know that if I get hit by Varus' ultimate, it will make it impossible for me to dodge Tarek's stuns, which is going to take me out of the fight where I'm not able to throw down damage on them. My response to this threat is first, standing behind Yuumi during the fight so that I am not the one that Varus is going to hit with his ultimate. And I have heal for her if she is in danger after being hit by it, as well as she can always just attach to me to get away from damage. Now, if she attaches to me before Varus uses his ultimate, I'm ready to hit my flash to dodge it. Now, because I'm ready for the biggest threat that they pose, Yuumi gets ulted by Varus and I am free to move out of it and come right back to keep fighting. Now, you don't have to think about every single ability the enemy has, but you need to immediately think about the biggest threat and your plan or response to that threat. One big problem that even I run into is I let my brain shut off and I play on instincts. We're all guilty of this. You just need to work very hard to curb that bad habit and build the good habit of actively thinking at all times. This tip can go even deeper than that, but just start by working on building the habit of effectively thinking about everything that's on screen. Once you have that habit, you can start planning even further ahead for objective control or lane priority. Big tip number 5. The last tip in this video I want to touch on is a simple one that is always overlooked. Stop playing champions you are not good at. Stop playing roles you are not good at. I don't know who needs to hear that, but I know some of you do. Don't first time a champion in ranked. Pick 2 roles that you like, okay? Then pick 3 to 4 champions, 2 for one role, and then 1 to 2 champions for your backup role. I recommend picking champions that are at least in meta to focus on. You can find tier lists just by Googling League of Legends tier lists and then patch that we are on. I personally use op.gg for my tier list, and I just look at win rate versus pick rate to determine if a champion is currently worth spending time on. Honestly though, no matter what champion it is, if you get good at it, you can climb with it. Alright guys, that covers today's tips. I will do more videos with tips to help your ranked climb, but for now, I will just say thank you so much for watching and making it to the end of this video. I appreciate every view I get because I know that there are a lot of things you can do with your time, and it means so much to me that you chose my video. Stay tuned for more videos, and have a great rest of your week, guys.